Hey, I'm Chris Murphy with Murphy Brothers. We're here to do another video in our series of walk-around videos. Again, a walk-around video is where a person buys a new tractor, we do a walk-around with them. We go around and we show them dipsticks, grease fittings, places to check, places to add fluid, that kind of thing. Simple operation tactics. What this means, what that means. This is not a sales pitch. This is where I want these videos out there so our customers can get on kind of the same mindset as us. So if they have a problem, hey, I don't understand when they call, hey, this thing is broke. I need to know it is my loader cylinder that lifts the boom. So like I say, hopefully this is going to be a big help for our customers, and it might help you when you're making your decision to buy your tractor. Let's get started right here. This is the eMax20. The eMax20 has got a Yanmar diesel engine in it. Really proud of that. I like a Yanmar engine. This tractor is a four-wheel drive, power steering, hydrostat. I really like all of those features. On the loader, it is skid steer coupled, just like any of the other universal skid steer couplers. You're gonna pull your levers up, roll your bucket over, back out of it, scoop back up into your new attachment, and go from there. The main thing I like to show on these videos is right down here on this pin where they move. You wanna make sure that you're keeping those lubricated and clean. You also want to make sure that those pins are stuck down in the hole of the bucket and it's positively locked on there. You don't want to just raise that bucket up and it come rolling down in your lap. So make sure you're attached every time you do that. Now on loaders, every loader we sell does have grease fittings on every moving part. Those do need to be greased. People ask how often we should grease these. About every 10 hours on the meter is a great number to go by, but you're not going to over grease anything on the tractor. Certain things you can on implements and that kind of things, drive lines, U-joints, but there's nothing you're gonna over grease on this tractor. So if we step on back right here, got a little yellow plug right here. That is where you would check or fill your front differential. Generally, if you're having to add fluid to that, you got a leak somewhere. You probably need to get it into your dealer. You might see a leak inside the wheel, bearing, seal, whatever, but really there's nowhere, that doesn't transfer through to the transmission or differential in the rear. It's a separate unit. So if it's getting low, you got a leak somewhere, we need to check on that. Now, as we come back to the back of the tractor, it's got good heavy 3-point hitch arms. You got stabilizers here in the middle. That's gonna keep this from going so far out. You can adjust that with this turnbuckle. Make sure when you adjust, you come back with a wrench and jam that down because you don't want that to vibrate loose and all of a sudden your cutter is going side to side. PTO does come with a cover on it. See the same kind of plug right here on the back as you did on that front axle. That is where you take that plug out and you would add your hydraulic fluid. Now you check your hydraulic fluid. It's kind of hard to see. It's right outside this cover. Can you see that in the video? Right there is a little check plug, or a check eye. So you'll check that with the loader down, 3-point hitch down, on level ground, and the fluid should be up there around the red dot, okay? Let's move on up and talk about the platform. Got a very nice seat on this tractor. It does come with armrest. I really like armrest on the seat. If you do have to leave the tractor out in the weather, you can fold it up, keep the seat cushion dry. Right here we do have a 12-volt outlet, regular cigarette plug-in, cigarette lighter plug-in type deal to charge your cell phone if you need to. This is where you choose what PTO you're using. This tractor has a PTO in the rear and also a power takeoff in the middle. So right here is a rear setting, mid and rear setting, and just a mid. So if you were running a belly mower down in our area, you're gonna have that in mid PTO, and you're still gonna turn it off and on with the push twist switch. Turn it off, just push it down. You push this down, turn it to on, it pops up. It's on, it's running. Turn it, push, just click it right there and it goes off. Now, we don't do much snow material. I don't know how much snow in northeast Mississippi. I assume running the mid and the rear would be for running something to do with snow moving, snow removal, that kind of thing. Generally in our area, you're gonna be either running the mid PTO for like a belly mower, or just the rear PTO for something like a bush hog or a tiller or that kind of thing. That is a standard category 1 3-point hitch too, so you don't have to buy anything special to fit this tractor. Okay, on this side, this is where you let your hitch, you pull it back to raise it, push it forward to let it down. You do have a drop speed. You may have seen some of our other videos. We talked about drop speed. The more you have this turned in, and the more you have that turned in according to the weight of the implement, as you push this down, the slower it's going to go down. But do be careful. Again, this is a needle valve. So as you turn that in, as you righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, as you tighten it up, you're creating more restriction on that return side. So it's going to go slower as you turn it in. Be awful careful, because if you turn it all the way in, it'll go up, but it won't go down. So just make sure whenever you turn it to that, back it up around or so, and then it'll still go down. So just be careful with that. The more open you have it, the further you're open, the faster the implement is going to drop. Okay. This is your range. This is a hydrostat transmission. So you'll come to a stop. And make sure you're not on the pedals, forward or reverse. You'll change from neutral to high or to low. Now that's a great example right here. It doesn't really want to go into low right there. So what you'd have to do, very slightly feather your pedals forward or reverse, and it's going to fall into gear. Okay. While we're here, this is a limit on the PTO, or not on PTO, but on the hitch. Like if you had a belly mower, you can actually raise the PTO all the way up, and you see you've got top, 4, down to 3, to 2, to 1, and you've got several different notches in there. You can determine your mowing height with a mower deck by simply doing this knob right here. This little pedal right here, people ask all the time, that is the differential lock. That'll make the rear end pull positive traction. Now 4-wheel drive is a lever right here. Off and on. And just like this range didn't want to shift into gear right there, it's just because the gears are like this. 4-wheel drive can do the same thing. So you may have to feather back and forth just a little bit for it to fall in just like you do on this range, okay? Now, joystick control, you do have a lockout right here. See a lot of videos saying, hey, lock this, and that keeps the loader from falling on you. I still don't trust that. I always like to put something to brace the loader up, because even though this stops the joystick from moving, it doesn't stop a hose from blowing, cylinder to fail, pin to fall out, whatever. So don't put all your faith in just the joystick not moving. Now, you do have a hand throttle here. As you push it away from you, you see it goes up to the rabbit. This is going to raise your RPMs up. Smaller tractor, more RPMs to get PTO speed. You're going to be looking right at 3,000 RPMs to get PTO speed, which is 540 at the back. You do have a fuel gauge here. Tractor does have glow plugs on it. And I say glow plugs, it may be an intake heater, but it does have a preheat for cranking. Got your turn signals and lights and flashers. Okay? Now let's raise the hood. If you see this little lever right here, you push this lever over and the whole hood raises up. This is a steel hood, by the way. You do have a strap here to hold it, keep it from flopping over and denting it up. I'm gonna come around to that side. Very easily set up for consumers, very easily set up for anybody. All the stuff that you're gonna be checking on the engine is right here at one spot. Your air filter, very easy to get to. Your fuel filter, can you see that? Fuel filter right there. As you see water coming in the bottom of this bowl, you'll unscrew that, dump it out. Eventually you will have to change the filter that's inside. You have your engine oil dipstick right here, easy to get to, painted yellow. Your engine oil fill, very easy to get to. Your engine oil filter, very easy to get to. So like I say, everything is very easy to get to right there on the side of the engine. You do have a screen right here. On this one, the engine is actually in there backwards. So it's sucking air from the operator station through this grill, putting air here through the radiator. So your dirt and debris and that kind of stuff is going to stop here, and then it's going to go into that screen. Keep that screen cleaned out, keep your radiator cleaned out. The more debris, the more mowing, bush hogging, that kind of stuff you're doing, the more debris you're going to create. So you will have to blow that out more often. You do have an overflow jug here. Like I've said in many videos, I still prefer to check at the radiator cap before it's been run. When it's cold, check at the radiator cap. You see your battery. Uh-oh, Murphy, How are we gonna get in there to jump that off? How are we gonna get in there to replace it? Well, it doesn't come out this way or straight up. Take these bolts out of the grill comes out, battery slides out toward the operator. I do see a little pedal here that we missed. This little pedal right here, that is simply a parking brake. So when you mash down the brake, that locks it. A lot of people think that's a clutch over here. This is not a clutch, that is a brake. Hydrostat tractor, this one does not have a clutch pedal. Like I say, hopefully we've covered everything that you might have a question about. If you do have questions, don't hesitate to call us. We're Murphy Brothers in Booneville, Mississippi. The number is 662-720-0022. You can find us on the website, MURPHYBROTHERSTRADING.COM. Give us a call if we can help you. Thank you.